Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Panama Tesol Convention 2025. My name is Zuleika Zapateiro. I am the Panama Tesol president, and I will be with you and during the sessions, during this week, during this important event for the community of EL teachers in Panama. So we will have, during the virtual session, 4 plenary sessions that will start at 5:15, from 5:15 to 6:15. Later, we will have 15 minutes for a sponsor who will share with you a message, information about their products and services. Later, you will have at 6:30 to 6:45, you will have 15 minutes of break to recharge and then continue the second session at 6:45. From 6:45 to 7:45 is the second session. Later, again, a 15-minute break. And the last and third session will start at 8 p.m., from 8 to 9 p.m. The sessions will be recorded, so later we will share in our web page. The second session is, the second and third session are concurrent sessions. It means that you have 5 or 4 sessions. You select the one that you are interested and then you join with the links provided. Yes, you receive the schedule with the different links and then you select the one that you are interested and you use the link to connect in that session. So we will have speakers from around the globe, participants also, from around the globe. And as I mentioned, the most important to share with the community of EL teachers, Panamanian, and to continue growing as professionals with this professional event. Yes, the Panama Tesol Convention 2025. Then on Friday and Saturday, we will have the in-person event. Will start at 2 p.m. at QLU University from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, July the 4th, and on Saturday, July the 5th, we will have our event at Marriott Hotel from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you are on time. If you are interested also to connect and join to the in-person event, you are also, you are on time, yes? So, as you know, we are looking for more volunteers to join and connect with this Association of Panamanian English Teachers. So you are invited to join, to connect, and being a volunteer to be part of the association and participate in the different events. Well, welcome one more time to this event. And let's begin with the first session, the plenary session of the day. We will have our moderator, Alberto Onforti, who will introduce the speaker of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Zuleika. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alberto On, and I'll be your host for this session. I'm thrilled to welcome you to the Panama Tesol Convention 2025. Thank you for joining us today. Before we dive into our session, I would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to our sponsor, Knowledge Group. Your support makes this event possible, and we greatly appreciate it. It is my pleasure this afternoon to introduce our speaker, Professor Jaime Ancajima. Professor Jaime Ancajima is a teacher at the Language Center and a professor at the School of Education at Universidad de Piura in Peru. He holds a bachelor degree in education, a master degree in TFL, a TESOL certificate from St. Mary's University, England, a skills and principles in language teacher training workshop design, Observation and Feedback Certificate from Centro Espiral Mana, Costa Rica, and an American Culture and Societies Institute certificate from New York University in the United States. He has delivered the face-to-face workshops and plenaries in Ecuador, Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico, Peru, and Spain. He has also presented online webinars and plenaries in Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico, India, the USA, Costa Rica, and Peru as well. He's interested in teacher training, language community, and learning from everyone. He has been running the International English Online meetings since 2020. Today, Professor Ankahima will present the topic, Educational Neuroscience and Social-emotional Learning, Cornerstones of Learning. In today's classrooms, including second language classrooms, are created to be more engaging, effective, and empowering for learners to develop their knowledge, interests, and experiences. One approach is to consider how the brain learns in the classroom, what is capable of, and what is not. Educational neuroscience is a transdisciplinary convergence of neuroscience that translates research into classroom practice, including how a second language is learned. So, Professor Ankahima, welcome to the TESOL 2025. The audience is yours.
Thank you so much, Alberto. Thank you very much, Zuleika. And thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for those people who have their cameras on. So if anybody else could switch on his or her camera, that I will be very happy. Before starting, I would like you to make some questions to me because you know nothing about my personal life. So feel free, feel confident, please, to get to know me, please. Alexandra, Gabriela, Joel, Yael, Karen, Lesbia, Claudina, Aldrich, Enoch, Patricia, María Elena, Catherine, Olga, Eliezer, Carmen, Erika, RB, AMRM2, Sol, and Scarlett. So could you please ask me any question you want to know, something you would like to know about me?
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Claudina. What level of the English teacher language would you prefer? I mean, elementary, high school, adult. What is your favorite?
Excellent question. I like all levels, dear Claudina, but now because I'm 61, I love teaching at the university level. I like working with university students from the different majors, engineering, architecture, education, and so on. Thank you. Any other question, please? Get to know me before we start the presentation. No more questions? Hello, Maria Elena Porras. After so many years, nice to see you.
Yes, hello, Jaime. Nice to see you too. It's a pleasure for me to see you in this opportunity, explaining about an important topic. And I worked with Jaime a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Okay.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Maria Elena. Hope you're doing all right. One more question, please. There is a
Hello.
prize. There is a prize. A free ticket, Panama, Peru, to visit Machu Picchu. So the student who participates the most will get the ticket. Panama, Peru, and visit Machu Picchu. Next question.
Hi.
Hello, Aldrich.
All right. My question is, what made you choose English as a major?
Well, honestly, I didn't choose it. It chose me. I
Oh,
finished
wow.
school, high school. I finished my English studies too. I couldn't enter the university, so somebody asked me, "Teach, Jaime, would you like to teach?" And I said, "Me, okay." And it started as a hobby, and then I've been teaching for over 38 years, Aldrich. 38 years. Two more questions and we start. Felix?
Good afternoon, sir. Well, my question is basically, since you have so much experience in teaching in the different levels, how much AI, how much artificial intelligence do you think would be a good idea using in a regular ESL or EFL classroom?
Wonderful question. It would take me an hour to talk about that, Felix, and precisely my presentation is an option to not using too much artificial intelligence. So your question will be answered with my presentation, dear Felix. And finally, Yael Hidalgo. Yael Hidalgo.
Hello, good afternoon,
Hello.
everybody.
I'm
Hi,
listening
can
to
you
you,
hear me?
Yael.
Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry if I don't have my camera on. It's because
Don't
I
worry,
just
but we can see
finished
your
my shift
photograph.
at the school, so I'm heading home in a couple of minutes.
All right.
Okay, well, actually, I want to know a little bit more about you related neuroscience towards Panama. In your experience over the years here or overall, do you think that we are like in the right path knowing about neuroscience, or you feel that the tech or the educational field needs a little bit more?
I think it does need much more attention because the world is invaded by artificial intelligence. So the same, dear Jael, my presentation will answer your question. If anybody wants to contact me in Peru, this is my WhatsApp number. If you ever come to Peru, mi casa es tu casa. Feel free to contact me and I will be there with you, okay? Anybody.
Thank you. I will be there for a chicha morada. I really like it.
Excellent. Chicha morada, ceviche, pisco sour, and everything else. This is the university where I work. It's called Universidad de Piura. Okay, this is my city. It's part of the coast, and we have it's near the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. This is my country. This is divided in three natural regions: the coast, the highland, and the jungle. Some of the products we produce and we have. If you want to fly from Panama down to Peru, this is my city here. The capital city of Peru is down here. And we are surrounded by Ecuador, Brazil, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. Now, what are we going to do in this presentation? We are going to reflect together. So what I need from you is your participation, please. And why are we going to reflect? Because we don't learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience, all right? If you want a copy of this presentation, write to me and I through my WhatsApp, and I will send you the presentation for free. Any idea about this? Dear brain, please cool down. Otherwise, we'll all die. Any opinion?
I think that particular phrase is about dealing with stress and all the things that we have to handle
Yes,
in our
perfect.
in our job and lives.
Perfect, dear Aldris. Wonderful. And what about this one? 20 years ago, the internet was an escape from reality. Nowadays, the real world is an escape from the internet. Jael, you want to say something?
Well, actually, that's yes, actually, well, I want to comment on the previous picture, but now that I do see this one, well, regarding the previous picture, that's right, because believe it or not, our brain can handle all our emotions, and when our brain is not in rest, it's overthinking and it has a lot of pressure in it, other parts of our body actually will collapse,
Right.
as I experienced before.
And that's
Now
the
with the
answer.
second,
Yeah, go.
mhm, yes, go ahead.
There is some interference. Okay, Felix, you want to say something?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I am. You know that I I was talking to a few colleagues a few weeks ago, and I said, I don't know why they call it artificial intelligence, because both words, in my humble opinion, are completely wrong.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's artificial, so it is not true, and there is no intelligence if a machine doesn't think. Well, I'm just referring to the second picture here. Nowadays, the real world is an escape from the internet. There is so much, it's so overwhelmingly sick to, to deal with every single day. Somebody comes up with a new app. Well, it's crazy. So the
It's
brain,
crazy.
yeah, you can,
That's
if you try
that's
to
the
develop.
word, dear Felix. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
If you
Okay, I have a challenge. I have a challenge for you, for your brain with your fingers. So please get your hands ready to practice these exercises. One, two, three. Okay, number one, practice the exercises. It straightens our mind. Number two, it activates both right and left brain. Exercise 3. It improves concentration. For logical thinking and decision making. It gives you alertness. Okay, beautiful, isn't it? Okay, I will send you the link if you want to practice. So the first question is, what is neuroscience? It's a discipline that combines, number one, our nervous system. Number two, methods of how teachers teach. Number three, the study of our mental and emotional factors. Now, what does it explain? It explains how the brain, number one, learns, number two, behaves, and number three, relates to instructional practice in the classroom. That is neuroscience. Okay? Now, why is it important? Because it helps to understand how
Esa conferencia de people.
how the brain processes information into learning, and to know more about what it takes for students' brains to be engaged, responsive, and alert. As you can see, neuroscience is really important. Now, what is the relationship between learning English, Spanish, in whatever, and the brain? Well, pay attention, dear friends and colleagues. Every class, every assignment, every experience, every task, good or bad, shapes the human brains. So that's why it is really important to prepare our classes very well, not to do anything because it's Friday or because I'm tired. Okay. Now, what increases learning? Pay attention, please, dear Felix, Claudia, Zuleika, Alexandra, Alberto, Karen, Aldrich, Maria Elena, Joanna, Norma, Gabriela, and everyone else. I don't mention their names because their cameras are off. What increases learning? Number one, movement. Movement is really important. Why? Because moving stimulates our brain, improves neural connection, lowers anxiety and depression. For example, Simon says, for example, acting out, for example, dancing in class. Okay, so movement, please, is must be present in our classes all the time. Number two, Karen, multisensory experiences. What does it mean? It means that we need to do visual, auditory, and kinesthetic activities because they reinforce memory retention. Examples: visual aids, flashcards, gestures, realia, singing. So our activities have to be connected with the different type of learners we have in class. Number three, chunking information step by step, affirmative, negative, interrogative. For example, here you have a chunk list: bread, ice cream, milk, tomatoes, eggs. But here you have a chunked list: frozen foods, dairy, bakery, fruits and vegetables. So that recommendation that I give you, because I read in books, not because I am the expert, is break down complex grammar rules or lengthy things into smaller pieces. Why? Because it helps our students process, understand, and remember information more effectively. Examples: list of verbs of food, first affirmative, then negative, and then interrogative form of tenses, etc. Number four, space repetition. Many times we teach, for example, the list of the vocabulary of family trees: mother, father, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, and then we never repeat this list again. Have a look at the photograph, at the picture. We need to repeat from time to time this vocabulary. Why? Because review and recall language concepts in practical intervals helps fix knowledge into long-term memory. For example, revisit grammar, rules, or vocabulary words at increasing intervals over time. Do you know, Felix, Claudina, Janina, Alberto, Zuleika, do you know how many times, according to experts, how many times we need to repeat a list of vocabulary so the students can remember? Do you have any idea how many times we have to teach and repeat? How many times, Felix?
As far as I know, and according to psychology, it should be done about 21 times.
Yes, yes, Felix. So when we say, Felix, I already taught them the vocabulary of family, you think that the students memorize? No, they don't. They need repetition intervally from time to time. Number five, active learning. Have a look at this beautiful photograph. Passive learning versus active learning. 90% of the students remember what they do, not what they read, not what they hear, not what they see, but what they do. Why? Why active learning is important? Because active learning stimulates the brain's frontal lobes responsible for high order thinking and language processing. Examples: discussions, role plays, debates. Here there is a missing comma, hands-on task, games, etc. And finally, number six, feedback and correction. Question, my dear friends from Panama Tesol. Do you ask your students to give you feedback at the end of the semester, at the end of the year? Do you ask them
All the
for
time.
feedback? All the time.
Yes.
Excellent.
It's a very important step of evaluation.
Yes, it is. It's more than evaluation, it's assessment. It's
Yeah.
because you evaluate not only the students, but the
But they have to
students
evaluate me.
evaluate you and the
Yes.
process to excellent Aldrich. So feedback on language skills in a supportive manner help reinforce correct connections that form between the neurons in your brain. But you can encourage your students to do peer-to-peer feedback. Juanito evaluates Patricia, Patricia evaluates Juan, Juan evaluates Maria, and so on. Okay, and finally, now it's finally number seven. Number seven, let me check if it is the last one. Number six, yeah, it's the last one. The last one is emotional engagement. Remember that at the beginning of my presentation, I asked you, please ask me questions about me. And only one or two or three or four people asked me questions, but not the other people. Why? Because you were not emotionally engaged with me. The emotional engagement is very important in a class. Why? Because when you connect learning with emotions, what happens? You create a positive environment. Number two, you make students and teacher feel comfortable. You develop retention and also make learning more meaningful and more memorable. For example, use storytelling, discussions about personal experience. Okay, so let's give a look again to these seven important steps. Number one,
Movement.
excellent. Number two,
Multi-sensory experiences.
yes, that means pay attention to the different types of learners you have: auditory, visual, kinesthetics, etc. Number three,
Chunking information.
yes, what does it mean? That you teach vocabulary, that you teach grammar, that you teach functions, and etc., and contents little by little, scaffolding, little by little. Number four,
Spaced repetition.
yes, Gabriela. On Monday, you explain the first time. Friday, you repeat. Next week, you repeat again. In 3 weeks, again. And in 4 weeks, again. So don't take for granted that students will remember all the information presented. What is number five?
Active learning.
Active learning. For example, now, in spite of the fact that we are having this presentation online and you are sitting, I'm inviting you to talk and participate so it can be a little bit active. And number six is
Feedback and correction.
feedback and correction. Okay, that has to do with the seven. And number seven, the most important.
Emotional engagement.
Yes, thank you, Claudina. So if you send me a WhatsApp message, I will send you the presentation. This is the first part, okay? And these are some of the books that I highly recommend you to read. Educational Neuroscience by Kathy Rogers and Michael Thomas, or Educational Neuroscience by Dennis Mariscal and Brian Butterworth and Andy Tolmie, or The Brain at the School by John Geek. And you will also have access to different links, okay, to read about this. So now it's time for me to listen to your opinions about the first part of this presentation that
Sorry,
has
Professor. Good evening. Can you please share your number so we can text you?
my WhatsApp number.
Yes, please.
Here it is. 51, because it's Peru, 98 666 16. So now we are going to talk about what you understood, what you reflect, what you can express about educational neuroscience. I repeat, movement is important. Number two, let me show you, movement is important. Number two, pay attention to the different types of learners. Number three, chunk information in pieces. Number four, repeat and repeat and repeat. Linda Chavez, one moment. Number five, active learning, no passive. Okay. Number six, feedback. Ask the students to give you feedback. And number seven, emotional engagement. Okay. So please, Linda, go on with your comment.
Well, I have a question.
Please do.
What will be the best way for me to find out the way that my students learn?
Excellent question, Linda. There are exams in internet. There are exams in internet. If you write to me, I promise I will send you the links where you can
Okay.
take exams. Okay, you can take exams to the students, according to the answers, the students will let you know if they are kinesthetic, if they are auditory, or if they are, what is the other one? Auditory, kinesthetic, and
Visual.
visual. Thank you so much. Aldrich, your question.
Okay.
Uh,
What is your
This
what
is
I'm sorry.
this is
What
my.
is your email?
I would prefer the WhatsApp because it's faster.
Oh, okay. What is your WhatsApp? I'm sorry.
Here it is. Here it is, Linda Chavez.
In the
Plus
chat.
51. Yeah, this one. This one. Okay. Aldrich, go on.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Aldrich, go on with your question.
well, I was about to say the comment that you were asking us, so what we understood about the whole
Ven,
topic
ponte la ropa,
and,
Sofía.
and all the elements that we have discovered toward the presentation, the first part. So, in effective, yes, a classroom requires this kind of elements to be present. Movement, in personal, movement is kind of hard for me because I teach online. I don't teach in presence modality. So movement is a little bit trickier for me to do,
I can give
but
you a clue. I can give you ideas.
oh, that would be pretty much appreciated.
For example,
But
you can ask the students, okay, stand up, go to your bedroom, and bring me your favorite piece of cloth.
yeah,
Okay, simple things that maybe we think that are boring, sorry, that are not interesting. But what the students like is that we are different, that we think out of the box, dear Aldrich.
okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Continuing, I wanted to say that the thing with the movement is that that will stimulate the kinesthetic learners a lot, but it will make the ones that are visual uncomfortable
Yes,
for some
yeah,
reason.
yes.
And
For example, Aldrich, I recognize myself as a visual. What about you?
I'm a visual too.
Okay, welcome to the visual world. Thank
Yeah.
you. Claudina Munoz, go on.
Thank you. Good afternoon again. In my case, I also teach online courses. And then what I do in this case, just a comment for the colleague that asked about how does she recognize students? I usually make them like a survey. For example, what do you like to watch videos? What do you like to dance? Things like that. And it helps me to encourage them to speak and also keep comfortable with their opinion. And then I take notes or I record the answers. And then I also do that. Simon says in case of those things, and we should look for extra information about how to compile all of them together because the groups are individual differences and we must keep them together in just one group, but make them interested in our classes. So online is
Excellent,
possible.
excellent strategy, dear
My,
Claudina.
that's my
Give
personal strategy,
No,
and I
it's an
share with you
excellent
that.
strategy. I also use that. Give the students a piece of paper. What kind of music do you like? What kind of activities do you like? Would you like to go outside the classroom? what topics would you like to develop in class? Yes, we need to know not only the way our students learn, but also the topics they like, the ideas they like. Anybody else, please, before we go to the second part?
I
I'm
do have
sorry to bother
something.
you. Oh,
Alexandra.
Yes.
Alexandra.
To answer the first question about how you know what kind of students you have, what kind of learner you have, the best way is you have to learn, you have to know your students. That's the best way. So you observe, and of course, the first week you don't know, but after a few weeks you get to know like what kind of students you have. So I think observation and learning to know what kind
Yeah.
of learners they are.
Observation is another strategy, dear Alexandra. Very good. I am observing you. You are observing me. You are listening to me. You are reading my lips. So we are naturally good observers. So that's what we need to do in class, even if it is an online class. Okay, so as I said before, if you write to me, I promise I will send you the PowerPoint, I will send you the links. Linda, I will send you the links for the exams, okay?
Uh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I didn't have the time to write down your number. I don't know if you can write it on the
Uh,
chat or show it to me again. I'm
okay,
sorry to bother
at
you.
the end of this second part, you will see it again. At the end
Okay.
of this second part, okay. Now
Okay. Thank you.
let's talk about emotions. Watch this video, please. It's wonderful.
It's like ink pouring into water, quickly gets more and more intense until you can't really see anything else clearly. Everything in your life is suddenly tainted with that feeling you don't want to have. You can't escape from it. You just want it to go away. People come to therapy thinking that someone is going to teach them how to escape from it. But in fact, what you learn is how to allow it to be there, welcome it even, to pay attention to it and see it for what it is. Ink is not water, the emotion is not you. It's an experience, a sensation moving through you. And when you allow emotion to be there without trying to block it out or make it go away, then you allow it to take its natural course over time. The emotion passes and you're ready for whatever comes next. I'm a psychologist.
Wow. Do you agree with this beautiful psychologist? Hello?
Yeah, well, it's true that some emotions do pass, and if we work on them, they will
Yeah.
eventually become manageable. But that depends on the will of the person, if they want to work
Yeah.
on it or not.
And the recommendation is don't fight your emotions. Let them in. Let them go through you and then they will go. Okay? If you want to read more about emotions, I highly recommend you to read the books by Marianne Rojas Estapé. She's a wonderful psychologist from Spain. She has 3 books: Tu persona vitamina, cómo hacer que te pasen cosas buenas, and I don't remember the title of the third one, talking about emotions, okay? And here we have what emotions are. They are physical states that appear as a response to external stimuli. What else? They appear before feelings. What else? They are physical states. What else? They can be observed through physical reaction. For example, when you started asking questions to me, I was happy immediately because I said, wow, they are connected. So that is the emotion. It's something quick, it's something that happens quickly and immediately. What about the feeling? The feelings are mental associations and reactions to emotions. They are caused by emotions. They are mental associations and reactions, and they can be hidden. Oops. So, Aldrich, if you are in love with Maria, Susana, Juana, you can hide the feeling, but not the emotion.
I
Because
have
you
a big
see,
heart.
yeah, because you see Maria and immediately you flash, your eyes are moving, you smile. So that is the emotion. But the feeling, you can hide the feeling. Now, what is social emotional learning? Social emotional learning is ability to be aware of oneself and the feelings of others as well. Number two, knowing when to talk, wow, and when to be quiet and listen. Very important in the matrimony, very important in the class, very important at work, very important knowing when to talk and when to be quiet and listen. And number three, what is social emotional learning? Cell is the process of developing the self awareness, self control, and interpersonal skills. You see the difference between educational neuroscience and social emotional learning. You see the difference. One has to do with the brain, and the other has to do with the emotions. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
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 Okay,
Okay.
thank
Now,
you. Okay.
have a
Okay.
look at this. Los maestros son maltratados física y verbalmente por alumnos y sus padres. Esto impacta significativamente la salud mental y emocional de los maestros. True or true?
True.
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 In Peru, in Panama, in Ecuador, in Mexico, in Bolivia, in Argentina, in Brazil, in Spain, in the USA, in England. Wow. This is a very, very tough issue in education. Why is social emotional learning important? Number one, because it provides the skills to understand and manage our emotions. Number two, build positive relationships. Number three, make responsible decisions. Number four, improve academic performance, mental health, and well being. And very, very important, it reduces conduct problems, negative thinking, and emotional distress. Any opinion, any idea about how important social emotional learning is, please? No? Okay. Let's see what are the benefits. Yeah, Aldrich.
Yeah, I was gonna say that that particular skill is one of the most important for any professional on any field. For you are going to handle with society, and society cannot handle your emotion as well as you do. Maybe we don't even handle the emotion ourselves. So,
Yeah.
what to
Or
expect to another person?
or maybe your girlfriend or your wife or your mother.
Even more important.
Yes, or your father or your brother or your sister. That's right. Thank you so much, Aldrich. I guess you will get the ticket, Panama, Peru, to visit Machu Picchu. Yes,
Eh,
you are a good candidate. Whaley, go on.
Hi, good afternoon. I do believe social emotional learning is very important not only for the teachers, but also for the students because
Of course.
as teachers, we are learn how to handle our own emotions, and that way the students understand that even though they should also understand that we as adults have struggles as well, and that it will happen to them, and we just have to know and how to manage those emotions, and that way they we are used as an example in real life that they have. So that's
Yeah.
something that I do believe is extremely important, not only from a young age, but even until the last years of education as well.
Yes, Whaley. I guess the older we are, the more we need them, I guess. Okay, now what are the benefits of social emotional learning? There are many, Linda. It improves the school and it improves academic performance, it improves relationship skills, it improves attendance, it improves self-regulation skills, it teaches problem-solving skills, studying skills and habits, responsible decision-making, disagreeing respectfully, managing and coping feelings, and something very difficult at the school, even among teachers, teamwork and collaboration. Other benefits, look, it increases student motivation, self-awareness, perseverance, and resilience. It encourages empathy. It creates a feeling of community. That's why at the beginning of this presentation, I gave you the opportunity of asking me questions so we could create a community. But because of time, we didn't have more time to do it. It reduces behavior problems. It gives a space to talk about mental health. I don't know if in Panama students and teachers have mental health, but here in Peru, students attack students outside the classrooms, or one or two teachers jumped from a building and they committed suicide. Mental health is a big issue in Peru. I don't know if it is the same in Panama or other countries. I don't know. If you let me know, please.
Well, over with Panama, there are some, I mean, a few problems, but not related exactly at the way you mentioned before. There are
All
some
right.
things that could be deal with communication, and some schools has, in Spanish they say, gabinetes psicopedagógicos, and then
Okay.
there are psychologists and specialists in behave, and then they try those cases.
Okay. Thank you, Claudina. Aldrich, you want to say something?
Yeah, that depends on the school. There are many schools that have dedicated psychology specialists in the center that they can deal with situations like, for example, depression from part of the student or stress from part of the teacher. Apart from that, even if it's a faraway center, most of the time, not that I know, but the cases are not that high that could be on the mainstream news. So I believe we are, obviously it's not zero, but it's not a high percentage, not that I'm
Yeah.
aware of.
Yeah. You know what happened, Aldrich, in one of our schools in my city? A student invited a piece of cake to a teacher, and inside the cake, there were pills to get asleep. So the teacher was intoxicated. She had to go to hospital. We don't know what the purpose of the student, what the intention of the student was. So I don't know if in other countries like Ecuador, Chile, Argentina, this is a big problem like in Peru, but we would need to hear people from other countries. Felix, very briefly, please.
You have your microphone off.
Your microphone, Felix.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
I wanted to add something to what Aldrich said. It's not that we have zero suicide percentages here in Panama, but just something for you to be aware is that not so long ago, a few months ago, a year ago, I guess, Panama was ranked as the happiest country in the world.
Oh my God.
We are supposed to be the happiest people on earth. We
Oh
were
my
ranked
goodness.
like that maybe a few months ago. I don't know. Just an extra comment, Jaime.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Very briefly, dear Wiley. No.
This is about mental health, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I believe that in some schools in Panama, their students, usually in high school, they have like mental health awareness month, and they usually talk about these kinds of topics with the students. And something that I felt was really impactful in my high school was that they brought some teachers who were open about their mental health issues. And when they were open about that, it really helped me as a student realize how important mental health is, and that not only us as teenagers, we were having struggles, but also adults as well. So I do believe mental health awareness, especially in high school, is very important.
Yes, that's important, dear Wiley, to have to give students spaces so they can listen, they can talk, they can be listened, they can be heard by the teachers, by their parents. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, and we got 15 more minutes to finish this presentation. Now let's see.
I would
So
like to say something.
please do. What's your name?
Alexandra, I tried to raise my hand, but it didn't work. I'm from Canada, and yes, we do have issues with bullying a lot. So a lot of children commit suicide. So yes, it's something that happens very, very often in
Yeah,
Canada.
and it's very
So
sad, isn't it, dear Alexandra, right?
mhm.
So here you have some activities that can help some people in class. Use music to develop brain power and emotional learning. Why? Because of these two reasons. Classical music can enhance brain activity and children can learn to identify, understand, and manage their emotions and also develop empathy and social skills with the correct music.
Do
Number
you
two,
recommend music during class?
of
Is that
course,
what you?
of course, you have different
I
type
have
of
tried and I fall asleep.
you know what, Linda? You should ask, as somebody mentioned before, give them a piece of paper and they can write the songs they want to learn. And you say, okay, a raffle, you have all the papers, including your papers. Okay, we are going to pick up a song today, and the song today is okay, so you can give them the opportunity of learning the songs they like, but also of teaching the songs you recommend. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
number two, use emotions check-in cards. Why? Because they help to pause, reflect, and identify emotions. Something like this. You can find them in internet. You just write emotions check-in cards and you will find lots of them. Another, create class circles. Why? Because here they build relationships and enhance classroom culture and connections. My my partner, my girlfriend, she works in kindergarten and she always does class circles. The teachers, the students sing, the students dance, the students remember vocabulary, but always sitting on the floor creating a class circle. Number four, do mindful morning check-in. Why? Because they bring presence, alignment, and stillness into your day. Something like this. Slowly take 5 deep breaths. List 4 things you can see or notice around you. Believe it. Believe me. They do work. They do work. Have end of the day reflections. Why? Because we gain clarity, appreciate positive moments, learn from challenges, and set intentions for the future. Something like this. What are you grateful for? How did you make others feel today? Okay, we are about to finish. Practice, show, and tell. Practice, show, and tell. Why? Because students develop communication, social, and emotional skills. Finally, number seven, we have practice brain teasers. For example, anybody please, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What are they?
Ideas?
Could be, but they are not. The more
Well,
you
I consider with this expression is like when you try to grab too much, you don't remind anything. So you should keep, I mean, like the most important details in order for you to remember those details at the end of the day.
could be, dear Edwin, but the answer is the food steps.
That's a good one.
Brain
Which
breaks. Brain breaks. Have a look at this. Brain breaks. We are about to finish. 12 more minutes. Okay, what do you see? Answer, what do you see?
A cat, a dog.
A cat and a dog.
A baby.
A baby, a woman, a man.
And a woman and a
Yes.
man.
A baby, a couple with a baby, the pet and the dog. Here is the baby, here is the mother. What do you see?
A horse.
A
Frog.
A
horse.
frog.
A horse.
A toad.
A frog and a
A
horse.
frog.
A pig. A frog.
A frog and a horse too.
Yes.
In a river.
Yeah, and a river.
Exactly.
Excellent.
A girl, a
A
woman.
tree, a
Tree, a
woman.
lips,
A
nose,
bird.
birds.
Eyes. Eyebrow.
Flying birds.
Woman
Here,
face.
flying birds. 1, 2, 3.
A donkey. A seal.
A seal, a donkey, a horse.
A seal, a horse.
Okay, we don't have that much
A
time.
donkey.
So other types of brain breaks are puzzles, coloring. Other ones, the quiet ball. Other ones, I love this, back writing. You write a word on the back of the student and they need to read, understand the word that you are writing on the back of the student. More the rhythm activity. And here are the books that I highly recommend you to read if you want to expand your knowledge about social emotional learning. This one, Social and Emotional Learning in the Classroom by Barbara Gelmer, Laura Filborn, and Kenneth Merrill, and Social Emotional Learning Lab. Okay, I repeat, I will send you the presentation for free and you can read it again. And here we have some food for thought. Anybody, please, who can give me a hand to read this?
Neuroplasticity is our brain's and nervous system's ability to structurally and functionally change with every experience we encounter.
Yes, thank you, Linda. Next,
When
anybody else?
when
When
educating,
educating the minds of our youth, we must not forget to educate their hearts.
Yes, very important, dear Xiaomi. Next.
giving kids the opportunity to develop their emotion, empathy, and social skills is one of the best ways to prepare them for life ahead.
Yes, prepare them for life ahead when breaking up with their girlfriends or boyfriends, when having problems at the school, etc. Hello, dear Jael. Could you help me, please, dear Jael?
Sure, no worries. Social emotional learning is, if I can put it simple, to balance the teaching of head with the teaching of heart.
Thank you. So again, if you write to me, I will send you the presentation. And this is my email, okay? And this is my WhatsApp. If you ever visit Peru, give me a call and I promise that I will give you a ceviche, a pisco sour, and chicha morada.
Chicha morada, yes.
Have you
I
been
don't know
in
why I'm not able to see your email, but it says Jaime. Is that underscore? Because
Jaime
it shows Jaime.
dot, Jaime dot, and Kahima at udeb.edu because of education, dot pe because of Peru.
And Jaime Tamalitos Verdes.
And tamalitos verdes con cebolla.
So it's UDEN after at.
Yes, udep dot edu
EDU
dot
Done.
P-E.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I
No,
already
thank
wrote to
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No.
So please, if you have comments, we have 5 minutes to talk about what we learned, what we reflected about, how important emotions are in our life. So if you have questions or something to say, I will love to listen to you.
Talking about emotions.
Yes,
Emotions are,
emotions.
yeah, emotions are extremely important for us. Managing them, feeling them, let them flow, like the comment said, or else we will become stale. We'll become
Have you
boring.
ever felt, Aldrich, have you ever felt, I don't want to go to teach this classroom. I don't
No,
want to teach that classroom. I don't
no, no, no.
like that student?
Not particularly because even if the student has some behavior issue, that's completely normal. The thing is that I love what I do, and that's part of the situation. That's part of the job. It's
That's
kind
a,
of fun to do it.
yeah, that's a good answer, dear Aldrich. When you love what you do, it's very difficult. It's not possible that you get lost or you get complicated or something like that. Yael Hidalgo?
Yes, I want to add something. Even you love our profession, it doesn't mean that you sometimes cannot feel tired. Emotional tiredness and physical tiredness are very in a bond. And
Yes,
that's what actually involve vocation. Because I can
yes.
love to teach, but if I actually advocate of it, I will go even I am tired.
Yes, and that's why, dear Jael, we need to ask for feedback from our students. Is there something that you don't like about me? You should ask students. Don't be afraid of getting bad answers. Do not. We are human beings. We make mistakes. We make mistakes and we make mistakes. We will always make mistakes. That's the only way we can learn. There is no other way to learn. Felix.
Yes, as you were presenting this topic, such an interesting topic, I was thinking that I was, these all neuroscience things seems to be kind of linked together with the so-called soft skills, which
Yes,
they have to do with feelings and emotions.
that's true. That's true. Soft skills and hard skills and feelings and emotions. Yes, that's true. Socialization. Yes, that's true. Any other question or comment? We are on time,
Well,
right, Zuleika? No, Zuleika is not around.
Yes,
yes,
Yeah.
Professor.
I'm
Still
here.
here on time.
Ah,
Here on
You
time.
are,
oh,
Yes.
you have 5 more minutes. Yes.
okay. We have 5 more minutes. Any other question or comment,
Yes,
please?
I want to have a question, to make a question about, you talk about feedback and correction.
Yes.
And almost always in education, we talk about metacognition. But I want to know what it really is, what differences between them, because
Between
uh,
between
feedback and correction and metacognition.
excellent. I know about correction and feedback. I was in Costa Rica at Mary Scholl's Institute for Collaborative Learning, and they gave us ideas about how to give feedback. They say, and I believe it so, that feedback is a gift. Feedback is a gift. If you want, accept it. If you want, open it. If you want, use it. If you don't want, okay, don't accept it. Correction, I guess, Maria Elena, that we can be the PhD, you can be a book writer, you can be the principal of a or the president of a university, but we don't have the right to tell somebody that he or she is wrong, that he or she has to correct. My personal idea is that we can, what's the word? We can explain, we can make the observation, and the other person will think, yeah, maybe you are right. That's why, Maria Elena, when you give feedback, it's always a good idea to ask the other person, how did you feel? What do you think that you did wrong? What do you think that didn't work? So first you get the answers from the observee, so then it will be easier for you to help the person improve his or her teaching. And metacognition, as far as I know very little, Maria Elena, is when you use what you know to teach other people about what they are doing. Metacognition for me is using what you know to help other people do what you already know. I guess we have 2 more minutes, Yael and Nicolas. Thank you, Maria Elena.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Well, actually, I want to add a little bit about, in my experience, it's very important to manage both definitions in between feedback and correction, because the feedback is the information that I will give my student so they can improve with a specific or certain goal in a future. The correction is pointing out actually what do you need to be corrected so they can fix it like immediately. So it's a POT in a short term. And the metacognition is when you know something, you can like understand that, you have an inner thought about it, and then you will convey that to the student,
Yes.
but from your own.
Yes, you explained that much better than me. Thank you, dear Yael. And finally, Elizabeth, because we have 1 more minute. Elizabeth? Elizabeth Rodriguez, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
Sorry, I couldn't turn on my camera or my microphone because I was driving home and I'm just arriving. But I wanted to answer to Maria Elena her question about metacognitive. We use
Thank you.
metacognition
Go
or
on, please.
in all our plans and summative activities. Metacognition is basically when you ask the student to think about his or her own learning process. So they reflect on what they have learning, they are learning, they have learned, and they can do it in different ways. Like, for example, they do it giving their opinions on something they liked about the lesson, or just expressing the feelings if they like it or not, if they think that is important or not, learning how much they have learned. So the feedback and the correction is what you give them based on your experience, and the metacognition is what they give you based on what they feel and they have learned. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Perfect explanation, dear
Wonderful.
Elizabeth. Thank you so much. So once again, here you have my email and my WhatsApp number. Whenever you come to Peru, just give me a call, and I promise that if I'm close to you, I will help you to visit my country. So thank you, Panama Tisol. Thank you to the 88 people who were present here today. Thank you, Maria Elena. It was nice seeing you again. And
Me
back
too.
to you, dear Zuleika Zapateiro. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity of meeting such wonderful professionals from Panama and other countries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Bye-bye.
Right, everyone, thank you all for being here. And we have a very well start, as you can see. Thank you for your commitment to enhancing our English language teaching. A special thanks for Professor Jaime Akahima for sharing his expertise with us. Definitely, he has mentioned that teaching is a social emotional practice, and both the teachers and students are required to be competent to manage their emotions effectively. All right. So he has guided us and gave us important pillars to follow through with the wonderful presentation.
That was a wonderful summary, dear Alberto.
It
Beautiful
was.
summary.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Jaime.
So
Thank you. Thank
In
you.
addition to sharing his expertise, Professor Ankahima, I want to once again thank our sponsor, Knowledge Group. Your contributions are invaluable to the success of our event. On behalf of TESOL, Professor Jaime, thank you so much for being here. The rest, please stay here for a moment because we have important words from our sponsor on the words of Monica Fabrega. She's going to share with us an important presentation. We're going to stay here for a short presentation. It's a 15-minute presentation. And after the presentation, we will take a 10-minute break to get ready for the next presentation. Professor
Okay.
Ankahima, thank you.
Thank you, dear Alberto. Call me Jaime, just Jaime. And I'll be around listening to you and watching you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
En este momento recibimos por parte de uno de nuestros patrocinadores, el grupo Knowledge Group, a la licenciada Mónica Fábrega. La licenciada Mónica Fábrega es la directora de estrategias empresariales del Knowledge Group Panamá y está lista para compartir con ustedes información importante como nuestro patrocinador. Bienvenida, licenciada Fábrega.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Just a minute. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
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 Just one question. Are you seeing the whole screen or do you see something that says diapositiva siguiente?
I am able to see Knowledge Group 25 years promoting educational excellence in Panama.
Pantalla completa.
Pantalla completa. Thank you very much. Okay, so on behalf of Knowledge Group, we are thrilled to be here with you in TESOL today to talk about our trajectory of 25 years, helping transform the education in Panama. Our mission is to help educational institutions transform education through tools and teacher training. Throughout the past 25 years, we have been partnering with schools, universities, and businesses in Panama, offering innovative educational solutions with the highest educational standards. We're committed to strengthening teachers and mentors by providing training and support to maximize human talent. We have, throughout the past 25 years, been looking for leading methodologies worldwide in different areas in order to bring them to Panama and be able to share them with you. What all of our solutions have in common is that they are innovative, cutting edge, and that they are aligned with international standards so that what we are teaching our students, our university, and professional students is the same quality of what they are seeing in other countries worldwide. We do this through offering methodologies, but also teacher training and support, ongoing support, because it's not enough just to have the original initial training, but also to help and provide support throughout the whole implementation of the program. We work in different areas. We offer solutions in educational technology, where we promote computational thinking, STEAM, programming, robotics, AI, and ICT, English language acquisition, comprehensive solutions for fluency from preschool to professionals, mental processes through play, where we encourage critical thinking and social-emotional skills, hands-on math and experimental science, with proven methodologies for success in international assessments. And here I want to take a very small pause and say that our experimental science and hands-on math come from Singapore. And I know that some schools implement science in English and it's part of their English language learning. So we would be happy to offer you solutions for English as well, science in English as well. And productivity certifications, where we offer international certifications in technology. Within the English language acquisition solutions, we have a very comprehensive portfolio that goes from preschool to corporate environments. And we have flexible options depending on the interests of the institution. We have virtual programs, printed materials, and blended learning. For preschool, ages 4 through 6, we have multisensorial programs where it incorporate reading, writing, phonics with social-emotional learning skills. It has a comprehensive focus that includes phonics and constant exposure to language through stories and vocabulary, so through storytelling. And key components include printed books and digital animated stories. You have the option to have digital activities, flashcards, songs and rhymes, or printed flashcards and listen to the songs and rhymes. And there are always stories that foster collaboration, cultural awareness, and self-management. As in all of our solutions, there is teacher support with clear guides, presentations, and support resources so for writing practice and frequent words, as well as teacher training that we provide and the ongoing support throughout the implementation of the program. For children and teenagers, we also have a variety of options that include printed materials and also the digital or the blended. The virtual digital materials can be used from any device 24/7, and they provide personalized learning where every student has a placement test where they start at their own level and they go at their own pace, reinforcing the skills that they need specific help with. Advanced technology, such as AI and speech recognition, allow for real-time feedback and progress monitoring. Students are also exposed to multimedia content that is very engaging and interesting for them. That can include karaoke, it can include movies, and they travel through different sections at their own pace. And it uses neuro-linguistic programming. So we learn English how we learned our native language to give you better results and to really get you fluent in speaking and not just memorizing vocabulary or grammar, but actually being able to speak in English. These programs offer international certification aligned to CEFR levels with proficiency exams. So you actually have a certification when you finish the different levels. For maximum flexibility, online self-study at any time, 24/7. These are digital platforms with measurable goals, where again, you have a placement test and you can say, okay, this is the level that I'm interested in reaching, and this is how much time I need to dedicate to study in order to reach that goal of certification. Proven results that prepare for real-world situations with demonstrated improvement in fluency and comprehension. So again, the student can really speak the language and not just understand it or read it, but can speak it and write it as well. And you receive an international certification. So here we have an example of a certification that you receive, which is a B1+, and you have examples of how you can see what level you are and where you are in accordance to that level. We also offer a program that is dedicated to strengthening English writing skills, where you have detailed real-time monitoring. The students can write and receive immediate feedback, very detailed about how they can improve. It saves time both for the students because they receive information as they write, and for the teachers because the teachers then can dedicate their time to coming up with content, with being creative, with the things that teachers really need to dedicate their time. And it saves a lot of hours in terms of work, in terms of grading. Students receive their grades. They receive highlighted grammatical punctuation and style errors, suggestions for improvement, and complete and instant AI-powered feedback. adaptable by teachers, and suitable for various levels. Teachers have a very wide range of data that they can then see, be it in this program for writing or in any of the other programs that we have seen. Teachers have a lot of data that they can use to help the students improve in the specific areas that they need. Why work with Knowledge Group? We have 25 years of experience of consistent collaboration in Panama with schools, universities, and companies. We have helped over 150 schools and universities with proven excellent results. Over 160,000 students have benefited through our innovative solutions, and we have helped train over 5,000 teachers, elevating the Panamanian education. We look forward to working with you and supporting you in transforming the educational experience. All of our team is here at your disposal, and we would love to be able to meet with you in order to offer a personalized solution that can work best with your institution. You may reach us at our Instagram, Facebook. We have a YouTube channel. You can visit our website or call us at our office in Chanis. I was also told that there was a form that I can share in the chat so that you can sign up for to receive more information about what we have to offer you. Okay, so that is what I have to share with you today. I don't know if you have any questions, something that you'd like to have more information on.
Any questions for Mrs. Fabrega from the group before we go into the almost closing for this session?
One question. This program is purchased by the institution to train the teachers, or can be purchased by the teachers to elevate their skills as an individual?
Both. We work mostly with institutions where both the teacher and the students have access to the platforms and to the books, be it digital or printed languages, but we also offer these solutions for teachers or for grown-ups, professionals that want to improve their language. So both options are available.
Great. Any other question for Mrs. Fabrega at this point? Okay. Well, eventually now you have the information from this important sponsor. Thank you so much, Mrs. Monica Fabrega, for sharing this important info. Zuleika, would you like to add something else before we leave?
Yes, yes. Thank you to Knowledge Group for being one of the sponsors of this event and the collaboration with English teachers in Panama. Ms. Fabrega shared a link so you can complete the form, the link, yes, and then you can get more information. If you are interested, just contact them in order to get the right information about Knowledge Group. In fact, last week I had the opportunity to attend the conference that they presented at Universidad Santa María la Antigua. And yeah, it was very, very interesting. I learned about the use of new apps. And then this is trial and error practice. And we as teachers have to continue learning and growing. So yeah, I definitely, I recommend, and I am going to contact also them. So thank you one more time, Monica Fabrega, for this collaboration.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity, and we were very glad to have you.
Well, now we will have a break of until 6:45. And then at 6:45, remember in the schedule, you will find 5 concurrent sessions. You select the one that you are interested and you join with the link there. From 6:45 to 7:45, the second session, and then from 7:45 to 8. You will have another break, 15 minutes, and then the last session at 8 p.m. Any question, any comment before we go to the break?
Not from my behalf. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. See you at
Thank
6:45.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.